In lesson 60, we're going to learn about what is called direct and inverse variation. So these are going to be word problems. And let me first give the direct variation equation. If something says varied directly as, its equation is A equals KB. Now the A can be any variable, all right? It can refer to boys is what we're going to have, and girls is what we're going to have in this problem. And so I'll show you how I rewrite the equation. But the K is our constant. So we're going to keep the K always there. That's going to be the variable that we're always going to solve for. So let's look at this equation. The number of boys in every classroom of a school varies directly as, so those are your clue words, varied directly as the number of girls. So if we know that the number of boys varied directly as the number of girls, we're going to use this equation, except instead of A, I'm going to use B for boys. And then instead of B over there, I'm going to use G for girls. So the number of boys, think of K as the varied directly as the number of girls. And that's where we're at. Then it says in one room, there are 8 boys and 2 girls. 8 boys and 2 girls. So let's plug those in for our boys and girls variable. 8 equals K times 2. We have 2 girls, 8 boys. Then it says if there are, so this is one classroom, but if there are 5 girls in another room, how many boys are there in this room? So we have a totally separate room. Okay, this is our first room. This is our second room. And this one, it says we don't know the number of boys, but we do know the number of girls is 5. So it wants to know how many boys are there in this room. So this is what we need to find. So how can we solve for that? Right here, we can't solve here yet because there's 2 different variables. But we can solve for this one. And remember, they're varied directly as, so the K is going to be a constant in each equation. You can plug the K in. Well, the B's and G's can change. So if we solve for this, we divide by 2. So K equals 4. Now that we know K equals 4, plug it in right here. B equals 4 times 5. Therefore, the number of boys equals 20. And that's all you do to solve. Easy as that. So those are varied directly as problems. There's one more type of problem. These are called varied inversely as. Varies inversely. And so we had A equals KB in the last one. In this one, we're going to have A equals K divided by B. So we change it from multiplication to division. Now let's read the problem. The number of revolutions per minute varies inversely as. So the number of teeth in the gear. So we can write, what is our A? Our A is revolutions per minute. I'm going to write RPM equals K over, what is our second variable? Number of teeth. So I'm going to put T for teeth. So this is our varied inversely as equation. Now let's try to plug in what we got. If 40 teeth, okay, we got 40 teeth, result in 100 RPM. So let's put that in the equation. 100 for RPM and 40 for teeth. So that's the first one. What about the second one? What would be the RPM if the gear had 30 teeth? So we plug in 30 for T over here. We don't know the RPM. But now we have our two equations. And just like the last one, we have one variable here, so we can solve for K and then plug it in the second one. So multiply by 40. And we get 4,000 equals K. Plug it in here. 4,000 divided by 30 is, let me make sure I got that right because I got a fraction. Yep, 133 and 1/3, or 133.3 repeating equals RPM. There's your answer, and there's how you do very directly as and very inversely as equations.